Aquaba, welcome back to my channel. My name is AC Coquette and this is What's the Wahala AC, where we discuss all the entertainment at Wahala from the month. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me, and I had to take a break from What's the Wahala AC. As much as I love it, I just had to take a break because it wasn't giving what I needed it to be given. I wasn't being able to hone in on my stories and really give you guys like the background on how I wanted it to go. And even this episode, like, is not exactly how I want it to go, but it's definitely on the path to how What's the Wahala AC is gonna go moving forward. So the whole reason why I started YouTube was not to be a vlogger, not to be a beauty girl. Like, it was to showcase my broadcasting skills with entertainment news. So I definitely don't want to deviate from that. I still want a space for that, but I want to do it in a better and a different way. And I want to be able to dedicate as much research and give my opinion to the stories in the best way that I possibly can. But I can't do that on a weekly basis because I still, I still work. I still have all these other things that I'm doing. I also have my travel company. So it's just a whole lot of demand that I just don't have time to give to this as much as I wish I could. So I feel like it's best to do it in a monthly platform like this. So I am going to be bringing you all your entertainment news monthly. Look out for What's the Wahala AC. I'm gonna try and give it at the top of the month every month, so definitely look out for that. Alright, so that is enough of that. You know what time it is. Let's head into our big three.
Cause we the big three, don't need a big speech. We made the biggest impact, check the spreadsheet.
Starting off our big three, I want to discuss the NCAA championship, the women's one though. So March Madness happened. It started in March, but it ended like the first week of April, and I actually got to go to the finals game, which was amazing. So it was LSU versus Iowa State, and it was a matchup for sure. I definitely wanted South Carolina in there, but it's okay. LSU was able to bring home the championship, which they are the first, like, I think collegiate, or I think any sports in Louisiana, they have never been able to bring home a championship. So this is the first championship that the state has been able to bring home, which is amazing. Congratulations to LSU women's basketball team for doing that. If you've been paying attention, there has been some back and forth that's been happening with an LSU player, Angelreese. If you don't know her stats, go look all of that up. We definitely want to make sure that women's basketball is also getting the recognition it needs to get. It's just as important as men's basketball. So I'm definitely hoping that, people are seeing women's basketball in a different light moving forward. But yes, so Angelreese has been in the news lately not even after her win, when the actual game, the finals game, was happening against Iowa State. She did a motion saying, like, "You can't see me," to Iowa State player Caitlin Clark. Now, a lot of people had a lot to say to that, calling her classless. Somebody called her an idiot. Somebody said that, she just, like, it was bad sportsmanship for her to do that to a player when apparently LSU was already very up compared to Iowa State's score. So that is what they were saying. But on the rebuttal, a lot of people were defending Angelreese because they were pointing out the fact that Caitlin Clark actually did that 48 hours prior at a different game to another player. And so when she did it, she wasn't called classless. It wasn't that she had bad sportsmanship. So then race gets called into question because, like, why are you saying that Caitlin Clark isn't classless but Angelreese is? Doesn't make any sense. And then Jill Biden was looking to possibly invite both teams to the White House. So LSU, the winners, and Iowa State, the runner-ups, to the White House. You know, usually when the winners win, they go to the White House. But it's just the winners. You never invite the runner-ups. You don't. You don't invite the runner-ups. So why all of a sudden now the runner-ups get to go? Because, again, on the flip side, if LSU didn't win and they were the runner-ups, I don't think that Jill Biden would have said, let's invite LSU. That's my opinion. I think a lot of people have that opinion as well. Because of that, Angel Reese was like, yeah, we're not going. And Jill Biden's camp issued kind of like, not an apology, they just were saying, oh, it was just in talks, you know, it was just something we were trying to see if maybe we should do. And Angel Reese still said, we're still not going. But then eventually, I believe the athletic team at LSU says they're actually going, and Angel Reese also changed her mind too, which I think she is definitely okay to. Like, you are heated in the moment, you get told that, you know, even the people that you beat, the prize that you, one of the prizes that you are supposed to get as being winners, you get to go to the White House, you're being told that you have to share it, like, when you shouldn't have to and when nobody else has had to. That doesn't make any sense. So yes, I understand her saying no, she doesn't want to go at first, but it's okay also to change your mind, because it is a great opportunity, or it's an experience that not everybody gets to partake in. So yeah, I would maybe change my mind too. I don't know. So that all happened. And then with the men's NCAA March Madness finals, UConn won against San Diego State, and Angel Reese's cousin actually happens to be on that team. Jordan Hawkins was on that team, so it looks like both cousins won. That's just a crazy coincidence, but also a beautiful thing that their family has two winners. Like, that's crazy. And lastly, Adama Sanogo became the first African-born player to win a March Madness NCAA championship. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to LSU, to UConn, and just greatness. Black greatness. I love it. Okay, moving on to our next story. Creed 3 came out. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, and also newcomer Jonathan Majors. But, oh, Jonathan, you know, he has been in a couple of other things, but I kind of like his breakout role, you know? And recently there were reports that came out. It was alleged that he was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old woman. She had called the police and said that she was being assaulted, and then a couple hours later she did take back that statement. And this woman looks to be somebody that Jonathan knows, was a possible girlfriend, and his lawyer is alleging that she was having an emotional crisis, which is why she called and blamed that on him. They also released text messages that were trying to play into that story as well, that she was going through it and that Jonathan had not really anything to do with it. There's apparently testimony from the taxi driver, because they were in a taxi cab when the said altercation happened. And so there's a lot of now evidence that he may not have done it, but also you got to look at both sides of it. Like, why did she make the call in the first place? Was she really having an emotional crisis, or are they trying to clean up on aisle 4, you know? At this moment, there hasn't been much word about what has been happening. Some of his ads, Jonathan's ads, have been pulled, and they are seeing if he is going to continue, because he also stars in Ant-Man, if that role is going to continue. So we will see how this all plays out, but it's just unfortunate that, you know, if this alleged abuse happened, that people can't keep their hands to themselves, and that you could have everything in the world, but you know, if you don't know yourself, if you can't control yourself, if you don't have some sense of self, basically, you could ruin everything that you've worked hard to achieve. Moving on to our last story, Davido is back making music. He has a new album called Timeless, and it came out March 31st. He did an interview recently just describing about how he's been able to heal since the passing of his son. If you do not know, Davido's son unfortunately passed away in a pool. They were on vacation for Davido's birthday, and the people that were supposed to be watching him didn't watch him well enough, and he had drowned in the pool. After that time, we have not seen Davido and Chioma in a very long time. Davido did come out to perform for the, was it the World Cup? I think it was the World Cup. Yeah, he performed at the World Cup. Probably it was a contractual obligation, so he went and did that. But since then, we haven't really seen him. And he just described, he felt like he had to come back to music because it was healing for him. So many people were counting on him, and it made sense. It was the way that he could heal. The thing is, the album actually was done before his son had passed away, but it was calling on him to come back and to be there for the people that he loves. So if you have not heard Timeless yet, I'm still getting through it. I really like the song. What is that song? I really like the song Unavailable. That's a good one. I may have some more for what's on my playlist next month, but I'm really enjoying Unavailable right now. If you have not heard the album, definitely go and listen to it as well. I'm so glad that their family is finding a way to heal during such a difficult situation. And so I just continue to send prayers to them and love and light to them. All right, that was our big three. Let's head to our weekly wrap up. NBA Africa hosted the first all-girls junior clinic for 60 girls aged 18 and under. For all my Bay Area people, JV from Wild 94.9 unfortunately passed away from suicide. They found his body near Pier 39. And so we just send our thoughts and our prayers also to his family. For some better news, Donald Trump was charged with 34 felony counts, making him the first president to be criminally charged. Eva Marcel filed for divorce from Michael Sterling, and Drew Sidora filed for divorce from her husband as well. Kamala Harris recently visited Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia in order to talk with African leaders about the relationship with the U.S. and Africa in order to invest in the continent. Beyonce cut ties with Adidas. All that better go to Ross, because I'm ready. And Burna Boy becomes the first Nigerian artist to headline a U.S. stadium at the NYC City Field Stadium. That was our weekly, or not even I said weekly wrap up. That was our monthly wrap up. Let's head into our Black experiences. So I don't really have a good official title for that yet, but I'm calling it the Black experiences because these are experiences that you could go to that are like Black owned, that they are Black centered. So definitely, yeah, listen for a couple of different things that you should know about. I'll figure out a different name, but maybe Black experiences for now. All right. So there is this festival called Célèbres and Rosé. It is a black-owned wine festival that will be happening in Houston, DMV, and Atlanta. I think the first one is April 29th in Houston. So definitely look out, get your tickets. It is a black-owned festival that is just to, you know, for the wine girlies and guys. Like, yes. So if you are interested, definitely look into it. I just came from Dallas. I told you guys I went to the March Madness finals for the women, and while I was there, I got to eat at this great brunch spot called DJ Steakhouse. I wasn't thinking it was a brunch spot. I had like a whole list of all these brunch spots to go, and I actually skipped over it, and then all the other places were booked up, and then I went back and I searched, okay, let's see what DJ Steakhouse has, and I was like, okay, the menu looks good, let's go. And we went. The ambiance was great, and the food was even better. I loved it. So if you are looking for a brunch spot to go to in Dallas, try DJ Steakhouse. I highly recommend it. And lastly, Melanin MagEK Travels. If you guys don't know, that is my travel company. We are taking another group to Ghana this December. So if you are interested in it, go look in the description on how to get to the website. It is melaninmagek.com. We are taking another group, and you can also have the opportunity to go with your own group. There's an Airbnb provided. Just go to our website. We have all the information there, and we're actually going live this Friday. If you wanted to ask all the questions that you need to about the trip, go to @melaninmagek.travels. Go to @melaninmagek.travels on Instagram to join that live too. Alright, that was Black Experiences. Let's head to what's on my playlist. What's on my playlist? What am I listening to? What am I getting into? What am I watching? I am watching, or I watch, Swarm. If you have not seen Swarm yet, add that to your playlist for sure. It is about a fan, an obsessed fan, like a stan for sure, of a fictional Beyonce. Basically, it's basically Beyonce. It's just like a play on all the rumors and things associated with Beyonce, and how this like obsessed fan is kind of navigating that. But yeah, there's a lot of killings. It's a thriller. I would say it's more like thriller anticipation. It's not scary, but yeah, it's kind of fun how they play on that. And it's by Donald Glover, so you know it's kind of gonna give a little interesting twist to the show. So check it out. It is on Amazon Prime. And I am listening to Red Ruby the Sleaze. Nicki Minaj's song came out, and it's not the single for the album. We're still waiting on the single now, girl. Come on. But Red Ruby the Sleaze is holding us over, and it's great. So if you have not listened to it, please add it to your playlist. I also wanted to talk about Chloe Bailey's album. I have not heard it yet. So next month, when I am talking about what's on my playlist, let's talk about that. Let's see if we're adding any songs, if the whole album, to our playlist. Right now, add it to your playlist so you can listen to it, and then we'll talk about it next month. And as you guys know, I love to end my show with some positivity and some great vibes. Today's quote actually came from a meme that I saw, so I don't know who the author, or you know, where the quote comes from, but this resonated with me. So it says, "Your messy, flawed, imperfect natural self is more enchanting than the standard of perfection you've been taught to attain." That's definitely reigning true for me as well during this time. I've just been trying to be perfect in so many different aspects of life, and it's just caused me a lot of anxiety because I'm definitely far from perfect. And when I am like trying so hard to be something that I'm not, I just don't show up in the way that I need to at all, like in the way that I even can. So definitely just make your flaws something that you appreciate, something that you can embrace, and something that you can use to your advantage, because your flaws are beautiful. So believe that, remember that. Alright, you guys, Medase Pan, thank you so much for watching What's the Wahala AC. If you made it this far and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the style of the video that I'm doing and like the different element of the Black experiences and stuff, please let me know down in the comments, and like this video as well, and I will see you all next month for a new What's the Wahala AC. Bye.